Welcome back to JK Rants and Reviews. I'm John, this is Caleb, and today we're going to be talking about the 2019 Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. So, like I said in my spoiler-free review, the 2-minute video, the two people we really need to focus on is Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips. Everything else is great, but those two are the ones that just carry the movie because, I mean, Todd Phillips is the writer, the director, the producer, and obviously Joaquin Phoenix is the main drive and the villain of the movie.
He did a really good job. I know I didn't get to show it for the spoiler-free. Sorry, everybody. Being an adult. Time happens. I actually went and saw it, I think the same night he went and saw it. I went with my brother.
Friday night?
Yeah. I went with my brother and my mom. But it was good. It was good. Joaquin Phoenix did a great job. I think that was a very realistic performance. I think that was... It really showed somebody who's trying to pretend that they're happy when they're not. Mm-hmm. When they're actually beyond miserable, having to portray themselves as happy. That was a really good direction to take, in my opinion.
Right, the descent into madness is fantastic, and I really like how they played up the laugh where, yeah, like you said, like anytime something awkward happens where he doesn't know how to react to it, or he's been treated like crap, or a joke is funny that's not really funny, that's actually really mean to somebody, he starts laughing because he doesn't know how else to deal with it because he's so broken.
What's so funny?
Like when they were telling jokes in the locker room and he's walking away with the laugh, and as soon as he turns the corner, he just goes blank face and stop.
Right. Or the kid in the bus where he starts laughing and he's like, I'm sorry, I have a condition.
Can you please stop bothering my kid?
Sorry.
So I guess there is a real condition that's out there, but I think this is not an actual condition. I think this is just him breaking down as a human being.
I mean, I giggle when I'm uncomfortable.
Joaquin Phoenix, his performance was fantastic. The level of acting is top notch. I like that it's grounded in realism. This has a real feel like the Dark Knight for Batman. This has a Joker kind of feel to it.
To me, I felt like I was watching Taxi Driver again.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. There's a lot of movies out there that
It was good, but I've seen it in a way. Like, I didn't want to... Killing Bruce Wayne's parents again. Like, I thought we could maybe make it...
Well, indirectly.
Indirect, but still...
Having to see it again?
Yeah, like, I've seen it so many times. Mm-hmm. I'm so tired. Going into the film, my biggest anticipation was, under the tagline, there is no Batman. So to me, that means there's no Batman, there's no Bruce Wayne, they're going to disconnect it, and I felt really happy about that. And then as soon as Thomas Wayne popped up, I'm like...
I like that he's in it. I like that this really does show the fact that society, and especially in Gotham, the rich have corrupted Gotham so much. It's like the rich and the gangsters own Gotham. The gangsters don't mess with the rich because the rich just make it easier for the gangsters. And the criminals, and Thomas Wayne has to be a part of that. And I love in this movie, I love how they never say it never says anything. Never says if Thomas is really his dad. It skates around it. Although there are some things that point that he's not. How Alfred reacts, how he reacts when he sees him, other things like that. His mom being crazy, right? Exactly. It looks, but it could go forged because everything is so corrupt. Same thing with.
And I think that's why he laughed as he's reading the paperwork, because it's like, yeah, it's there in front of him, but he doesn't know that it's true.
Yep.
So he's just like, well, okay.
Yeah, I love how he runs. I like his movements. I like him acting out fantasies of what he would love as a father figure, as a girlfriend. Stuff like that. I
will
really
say,
like how they did that.
I totally called it that he was not actually in that relationship, and he was either hallucinating or we were in his mind in a dream state.
But yeah, because it was so jarring. Like, he just killed these dudes. He's all bloody. He does his Dancing with the Devil in the Pale Moonlight. My wife said it looks like he's doing jujitsu.
Yeah.
And then he goes over to her, knocks on the door, and just starts making out with her, still bloody and sweating, and no. No. She saw him one time before that, right? One time in the elevator, and then all of a sudden they're making out while he's bleeding and sweating and full Joker
he
makeup.
already, like, either hallucinated or thought that she knocked on his door, too. To be like, that was you at the bank. And,
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And again, we're not really sure if that was a hallucination. We're not sure if it was dream state. We're not sure if it was, like, his ideal life.
I'm going to say it was all a dream state because, like, while she's at the club with him, while she's at the doctor's office, or at the hospital with him, they flash back to all of those. I'm going to assume that everything but the elevator was in his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's another thing when it comes to her. You don't know if he kills her or not. The music would suggest that he did, but you don't see it. You don't see if he killed her or the kid. The ending. I mean, I personally think that it was all in his mind. I think at the beginning when he's talking to the psychiatrist, he's like, I felt better when I was in the hospital. I felt better. And then we cut to the end, and he's talking like about the joke. And I think this entire thing was in his head. And when it comes to that, I kind of like the movie better. I kind of like the movie more that he's so psychotic. He's not done anything. It's just, this is the character in his head. If we go that route, which I think that's what happened, I think I like it a little bit better.
I'm a little bit torn on whether, like, he was just, that was his delusion, or if it was like he got captured and he's back in.
But it didn't show him getting captured. He gets released from the vehicle. He's standing there. I love him putting the blood over his mouth. That was sick.
That was probably my favorite part, was seeing the ending come through, like the final act. Not necessarily the ending, but seeing how he reacted on the show and what he did, and then the car hit, and then placing him out so he can come to it. That was
their
great.
savior, like the anti-Batman, but for the people.
Yeah,
Yep.
But I don't know. I don't know which way I'd like to think about it more, because honestly, I'm just more afraid that they're going to sequel it, and I don't want that. I do not.
I think this should be a standalone. This is not, and this is where I'm going to get into my full-on opinions. This is not a good Joker movie, I would say. Like, I like that it's going on in his mind. I like that he snaps. But I don't like that he's not confident. Like, you see a lot of stuff in the trailer where he's like, he goes full Joker outfit and he's like dancing and moving around. He's walking with a cigarette and he's really cool. But then when he gets on the talk show, he starts to stutter again and he's not. I wanted it in control. I know what I'm doing, getting it done.
Once he shoots Robert De Niro's character, that's when he's in control. To me, that's when he's like, I know what I'm doing.
But when he slams dude's heads up against the wall, that's the best part, like him looking in the movie. And I feel like this movie comes so close to greatness so many times with the shots. Like that leaning in the doorway. If they would have just capitalized on that a little longer.
When he let the guy out of his apartment.
Right, just draw on that suspense a little bit longer, hit the music a little bit, darken it up a little bit more. I feel like this movie could have touched greatness. In the end of the day, I think it's good, but it could have been better. That's the problem I have with this Joker as well, is that he's not military trained. He's not physical, really, other than bashing dude's head in. Like, this Batman, or this Joker would not survive in an actual Batman world. The Batman would wipe the floor with this Joker.
But DC, this is probably a good move in their court. I'm just afraid that they're going to run with it. They're going to give it an R-rated sequel that's going to have, like, a younger Bruce Wayne Batman character, and it's going to end poorly. Whereas if they leave this as a standalone, one-time film, it will hold its value.
Yeah, I agree.
But if you make a sequel, it's going to lose all of its value.
Yep.
And it's going to get lost in the library of other DC films.
I agree. I think so. I think the same thing. Do a solo Bane movie. Do some other solo stuff, but don't put them all in a connected universe. Just tell the villain's story and let that lie.
Or even if it is in a connected universe, let it be background noise, like it was with like Daredevil and Jessica Jones, where it's in the background, it happened, it's chaos, whatever, but that's not the story.
Okay, but like they're connected, not like oh yeah, like to the Avengers connected, where they have no actual characters come in the show and they just ride off the coattails of the actual great movies. Hated that so much. So what would you rate it?
This is kind of tough because it was shot great. The acting was great. Some of the points I had fun with. Some of it I kind of looked through it because it's also problematic of a film. I mean, it's good, but it's got problems. I am going to go with a 7, and I know a lot of people are going to go higher. I've seen a lot of people posting 9.5, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, and I kind of see your point, but I've also seen this before just without the Joker name attached. And if you want a better version of this film, Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Go see Taxi Driver.
Yeah. I think that's a very fair assessment, very fair rating. I think I'm going to give it a 7. I think I'm going to give it a 7. For all the reasons he just said, for all the reasons I just said earlier. So anyway, guys, let us know your rating. Let us know if we missed something that you think was important that maybe would have changed our opinion of the movie. Let us know if you want a sequel. Let us know if you want other, like Bane, like Penguin, like other stuff like that. Make sure and like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get some more R&R. Till next time, JK out.
Not looking forward to the next Batman now.